Good morning, Entropians. Captain Present here. Just thought I'd follow up with yous on this Stereo Jacker code breaking quest. Managed to get them down to 7 that we need. So I just wanted to show yous what happens when you do get to the end of that. Now, following on from the last video, it was all about being a Rocktropia beat cop. I did discover where you get the Mulholland Boys activation. So first of all, we're just going to go back to the stall where Mobile Mike lives, and that should give us a refresh on the 20 Soulshakers. And then I'll show you the point where the Mulholland Boys quest spawns, and I'll show you the best spawn location I found for all 3 of them. So there's one spawn location where you can do all 3 police calls, Stereo Jackers, Mulholland Boys and Soulshakers. Now there are beat cops around this spawn location, so you got to be careful not to kill those beat cops. Fairly sure that's how you break your mobile, and that's when you got to talk to Mobile Mike to get it fixed again. So just going for a wee trip. There we go, 5-5 David, go ahead. Yep, Soulshakers. So as I mentioned in the previous video, it's a daily reset. And so we got the police call for Soulshakers. Now we want Mulholland Boys and Stereo Jackers. And to do this, we just keep following this road. The captain tells you to patrol the Mulholland Loop, so that is what we're going to do. This Mulholland Loop is the road that trails down here. I'm fairly sure the Stereo Jacker police call will kick in around here. And we've got to get lower a bit to go under the tunnel. That's all good. So we'll just go for a little cruise and see what else our police radio comes up with. Because 20 Soulshakers, pretty simple. Oh, the Stereo Jackers. One thing I noticed with the Stereo Jackers on this part of the line though is you can get low health Stereo Jackers. You'd only know if you life scanned them with your old life scanner. They only have 50 HP and they do not count towards this shakedown safe number quest. So sort of ignore these. There are still Stereo Jackers that count, but you don't want to be wasting ammo on the Stereo Jackers that don't count. And also you want to trigger this other police call. Should be hopefully coming in around here, maybe. Already got still standard fare. There's one of the tigers. Do not want to mess with them. Avoid at all costs, unless you're an Uber. So we just follow the road. If the police call comes, it comes. If it doesn't, it doesn't. But either way, you guys are going to see the end of this Shakedown 1 safe cracking quest. Although, given it's Shakedown 1, it's probably going to point me towards a vastly higher number of either Stereo Jackers or some other criminal element. And this is also on the way to, well, it's sort of on the way to the spawn location that has all 3. So we'll see if it'll pop. Or was it up around here I went? I just take a shortcut through the Mulholland Hills. It would make sense that the Mulholland Boys police call would proc on the Mulholland Hills, but we'll soon find out. It's not looking good so far. Maybe it hasn't been 24 hours or something. Anyway, we're still on our way to the main objective, because we want to be east of the Studio Street TP. So if you're on a TP straight there, you go to Studio Street, and in a moment I'll show you the direction you go in to find this spawn location. Yep, still no police call, but that's alright. Just makes it a bit more efficient if they do give you the Mulholland Boys run, because there is a lot of Mulholland Boys where we're going, but there's also a lot of Stereo Jackers, and there's none of the low hit point Stereo Jackers. Oh, gotta love the invisible walls. Come on, let me out. They broke my quad wing. Maybe if I get out then back in. Have you tried turning it off and on again? There we go, turning it off and on again worked. Let's back to it, we're just going to follow this road down. What do we got? It says those beat cops I warned you about. Do not kill them if you value your police career. And the Soulshakers. Mulholland Boys. Soulshaker, Soulshaker, Soulshaker. So there's a large density of them. And this is the corner you want to stop on. So you follow the road east from Studio Street, and as soon as it diverts onto this dirt road, this is where you want to be for your Stereo Jackers. Or your Mulholland Boys. Or your Soulshakers. So what do we got? See, there we go, straight away. So we've just got 7 left, and I'll polish them off. They do have higher level Harlem Hustlers here, and Skullgang and Homeboys can spawn here. So it is a bit of a benefit having a slightly higher level weapon. And so for the meantime, we're kind of avoiding the Mulholland Boys. We'll still take the Soulshakers because we need them for our police call. And we'll generally only touch the Mulholland Boys if they aggro. Otherwise, we're just hunting for Stereo Jackers. So polish off the last of the 400 of them, and I'll show you what it leads into. Whether it's worth doing, because quite often with quests like this, the next step will be quite substantial. Sometimes it is, sometimes it isn't. So you just want to scope around here, just checking for the ones you want, or for the ones that get angry at you. Also, if you're running out of spawns with the ones you need, feel free to kill the Mulholland Boys, because it frees up spawn locations for the ones that you may need. And loot wise, these guys drop fairly well. There's nothing special that they drop, but they seem to drop quite good volume. And I think that's how they make up for their not dropping high markup loot, because they drop fairly decent. Wait, Stereo Jacker just walked past. Yeah, they drop fairly good volumes to make up for the fact that there's nothing really valuable that they do drop. And we're just doing this unarmoured again with the Electric Attack Chip 3 first gen. Ah, perfect. Soulshaker, then a Jacker. So as we can see, Soulshaker takes 2 shots, 93 peck of loot. Ah, and plenty of paint off these guys as well. There we go, level 7 Harlem Hustler. We'll just ice him just for the sake of it. We use the Kinetic 6 chip for them. Ah, bollocks. 28 peck. So we'll just bring the numbers down, get some respawns rolling in, and hope that gives us our 3 Stereo Jackers. Or alternatively Soulshakers. We can work with that as well. There's the Jacker, excellent. 2 left after this one. I won't bother finishing off the Soulshaker quest. Really simple, easy one. Giving you only 20 coins. And I'll show you what the next step is for the safe cracking. Excellent. There's usually Jackers up on this hill. But yeah, the area you want to focus on is where the highway meets this dirt road, because it gives you everything you need: Soulshakers, Mulholland Boys, Stereo Jackers, and the occasional Harlem Hustler and Skull Gang Homeboy. But they're quite rare. Just one more Jacker, and I'll show you where they lead to. No Jackers on radar yet. Oh, he wants to go. Looking a bit low. Give him a squirt. There we go. Because those Harlem Hustlers can hurt, especially being unarmoured. Now when you're out and about, you want to heal as little as possible, because it does affect your efficiency. Generally, if you're having to heal too often, you're either under armoured or you're out of your depth. One of the two. Probably hire a healer to bring along with you, or buy some better armor, or buy a better gun, or just find something else to kill. That looks like they're not going to give us the last Stereo Jacker for a bit. I must know we're on 1 left to get. So we'll just mow down a few of these Mulholland Boys and open up the spawn locations. Of course, still grabbing the Soulshakers. Get ourselves some more police cred. There's our Stereo Jacker. Excellent. So now it tells you to kill 400, but ostensibly it's probably wanting you to get a random safe code. So once killing this guy, you'll probably come up with a dialogue box saying, hey, you found the 3 safe numbers. Even though if it was true RNG, you could have found them on any of these 400. Alright, okay, you win, stop beating on us. One of our cats used to work at the damn studio, but that was years ago. We already tried to bust open that safe. Only number I remember is the first one. What is it? The first number is 3. You screwing with me? Nah, I ain't lying. I'll be back if you're lying. So now Antonio's calling. Only one number, that's no good. I think they screwed with you. No, the info was bad. Either way, I got a backup plan. The Harlem Hustlers used to practice at the dance studio all the time back in the day. Just go down to New Harlem if you ain't already there and bust a few heads open. So what do they want? 400 Harlem Hustlers. Now, as you saw, the Harlem Hustlers are a very, very low spawn at this point. But we do know where they live. Because our old Antonio did tell us to go to New Harlem. Something about dance studios or something. So we'll just go for a quick wee trip to the nearest TP, which is right here at Studio Street. And we'll see where he wants to go for our Shakedown 2. Now I'll just bring these along for what I think will be the best point for them, because I've run into them before and he did give us a bit of a clue. Now remember, when you're on Rocktropia, the teleporters are actually TARDISes. Probably they're not blue because they're trademark things, but they're obviously modelled after Doctor Who's TARDIS. And so we want to go to New Harlem. We got the Hyperplex, Noobs, Shatler Apartments, the Chelsea. And New Harlem Docks is an owned land area, probably taxed. Punishment for getting caught is severe. Probably be the last of my police career, maybe. Maybe, who knows. And so we'll just go check Old Harlem, see what's about. See if we can see many Harlem Hustlers. Thugs, Forum Trolls, L4s, which I think are just placeholders saying they're level 4. Thugs, L4s, thieves, yeah, all rubbish. So we'll try one of the other TP points. Let's try Shatler Apartments. Oh, there's already people here. It's a couple of hunters. Oh yeah, I remember this TP point. What is that? Peak of 5th. I've never run into a... Maybe that's telling me where I just spawned to? Weird. So we got Hustlers. Does that count as a Harlem Hustler? How brawny is this guy? Alright then. And no, they do not count as Harlem Hustlers. Ah, I see. This here's just telling us what street we're on. More Hustlers, but they do not count. Downrank our gun a little bit. Alright, so another dead end. I I think it was New Harlem, Antonio said something about a dance studio. So we'll see if there's one closer to the New Harlem. Let's go to noobs, noobs, noobs. Alright, plenty of orange on radar. That's probably cars that you can break into. Yep, certainly is. A bunch of clubbers, eh? Oh, yeah. We don't want clubbers for now though, we want Harlem hustlers. And none of these guys are what we're looking for. So we'll try the other New Harlem point, although I think it was relatively close. The Hyperplex. Is the Hyperplex a dance studio? Doesn't look it, just looks like a whole bunch more break-intoable cars. Oh, paramedics and detectives. What are they up to? We'll see if they'll even talk to us. Highly doubtful. Okay, that's a nothing burger. Heh, random. So we'll see what he's got to do. Nothing, so I must have to advance something a bit further. You're a Harlem hustler? No, you are not. Alright, well, I've showed you the first three numbers to the safe. We have the first number being 3. Fairly sure you can't just skip ahead after watching this video and bang those numbers into a safe. You probably have to still do these missions, such as the way of Entropia. And I'll just check this last TP point, and if they're not within radius, then I'll probably have to come back to you. And hopefully I'll be at 390 of 400 Harlem Hustlers. I think Chelsea was the last one I had to check. Yep. No bogeys on radar, so this is looking like a non-event. Oh, there's a bogey. Ah, what do you know, it's a stereo jacker. Any Harlem Hustlers? No. Alright, well I found another point where you can do Stereo Jackers and Mulholland Boys if you get that police call. Aha! It is where the Harlem Hustlers are. How beefy are they? And will it count? And they're fairly beefy. A bit beefier than the other things I was hitting. Probably not enough to up rank to the Kinetic 6 yet though. Did he count 2 of 400? He certainly did. So we found a bit of a smallish point. I'll come back to you and let you know if this one works out or if I find a better one. And also what to expect when you finish off the 400 Harlem Hustlers. That's it for now guys. Hope you enjoyed the wee tidbit. And now you know what happens after you've done the 400 Stereo Jackers part of the shakedown. And yeah, I'll come back to you when I've got this one to 390 or I've found a better spawn point. Until then, happy hoffing and I'll catch you on the flip side.